Hello everybody, welcome back to Made at Midnight, war recaps from the clan Midnight Legion, and we are starting off with the legendary Eve Maxi, yes, the very same Eve Maxi from Tribe Gaming, and he's coming in with a Root Rider attack, doing a Spirit Charge at 12, going to clear out some of these defenses, create a nice funnel for his Root Riders to path in from the top left side, takes out the multi-Inferno Tower, wants to get at least one of these fire spitters so he can come in behind the remaining fire spitter. Goes to ability, recalls, Fox goes down, that's okay. He got the funnel that he wanted. Sends in a super barb just to help clear, and he's using the giant arrow with the healer puppet. Giant arrow just to help clear up some trash and create some pathing for the Root Riders. Now he's sending them in, up here at the top left. He's using the Minion Prince. Going to be using the Dark Orb to freeze up some defenses. He's got two P.E.K.K.A.s out in front of the AQ, working from 9 to 6. And in doing this, the P.E.K.K.A.s will tank and help keep the AQ alive. AQ's also got Frosty for a pet. Dark Orb gets a little bit shanked, although it was able to clip some of these defenses to help keep the AQ healthier. Drops poison on the enemy hero, and now he's got his Root Riders working around this outside ring counterclockwise around the base with the AQ using great synergy. Got the healers and extra healers from the healer puppet, just keeping all these troops alive. Base is completely wrecked already. RC works up a little bit ahead. That's alright. She's dealing with this Minion Prince, trying to get him down. Is able to take out the Minion Prince, and a lot of times with these Root Rider attacks you want to make sure that you can get the Minion Prince out very quick, or at least make sure that you have your RC healthy or your AQ healthy for later in the raid, as the Root Riders and Velks will not be able to target him. So now just cleaning up some trash, just two defenses left. Awesome hit to Eve Maxi. And the nice thing about running the Phoenix on the Minion Prince, aside from the 8 additional seconds when the Minion Prince dies, is the Phoenix often stays out in front of the healers and tests for air traps. Alright, so here we have Sam X with a Super Witch attack. He's really been liking the Super Witches, although he has switched to Furnaces. And here he comes in from the bottom left side. Notice he's going to go after, I believe, one of these Fire Spitters. Maybe the Fire Spitter on the right to help take out that monolith as well. We will see shortly. Oh, he's going after the Fire Spitter directly in front of the Warden. Clears that entire group of defenses. Absolutely destroys that compartment. Now he can put his witches either down to the right or to the left and wrap around the base and just not have to worry about anything picking off anything. So he sends in the Super Witches just above the Warden. He's going to wrap clockwise from 9 to 12. Sets a Furnace up at 12 to help clear out some trash buildings to push these Super Witches into the core. Wall break opens up that first section. Big boys out in front tanking. And Siege Barracks and AQ from 12 to further create a funnel. He's got Frosty helping stall up some of these defenses so he doesn't have to go to AQ ability right away. Pops AQ ability. Pulls out enemy clan castle, which is actually kind of nice. He gets to deal with that clan castle without them stalling up his Super Witches. And notice the Fire Spitter range. He wrapped his healers from 6 to about 10:30 around the base and used wall breakers at the far end of that top left compartment to make sure that his healers stayed out of the Fire Spitter range so that they could heal up his troops, keep everything healthy in the core. Unfortunately, an Air Sweeper Blast pushes the healers into the range of the Fire Spitter, and that just shows just how deadly a Fire Spitter can be. So now he's got the Giant on the outside. RC from the opposite side goes ahead and uses Seeking Shield and Rocket Spear. He's trying to get that Fire Spitter out of the road and just swarm the remaining defenses from all sides. Takes out the monolith, last defense that he had to worry about. Awesome hit to Sam. Really fun to see the healers kept outside of the range of the Fire Spitter. for any attack, definitely go on the opposite side of the fire spitter, or do whatever you can to keep your healers away from a fire spitter. Here we have Koopo with another Super Witch attack. He's also in a C1 clan, one of our 2 running for CWL. So Super Witch is definitely viable against some of the best base layouts in the game. Sends his Warden from 3. He's got Sneezy, using the projectiles to test for some traps. One dangerous thing about Sneezy is the projectiles can lure the clan castle. Just needs to use 1 invis, takes out that section, that compartment, entire compartment's gone, uses an ice golem to help stall up this multi-archer tower, drops in the Super Witches, drops in a skeleton spell to help distract for his P.E.K.K.A.s so that they can get some extra value. And the skeleton spells are really there to help distract this enemy Minion Prince, because the P.E.K.K.A.s cannot target the Minion Prince. So now Super Witches are pushing up. He's got his BK. Multi-gear tower can be a little bit of a pain. He's going to get stalled up here by some of these ice golems, but that's okay. Uses the BK EQ boots to weaken the multi-gear tower, and the spiky ball rips through the base and takes it out. So now, and the excellent thing about the EQ boots on the BK and the spiky ball is a lot of times it can create an immediate funnel to push your troops into the center of the base, like it did in this attack. So now he uses his jump just to the left of the town hall compartment, and he uses the jump in a very nice way so that his big boys cannot push further. Notice how he just jumped into that one little compartment right there. He could have gapped and jumped into the other compartment, but he wanted to just jump into that first initial compartment, so then his troops would have to take the jump back to the town hall compartment and path up towards this remaining monolith. So that was kind of a cool little wall recognition trick. However, the big boys and the giant, that could be maybe the one fault of the giant, is he likes to break through walls. Oftentimes, it's amazing that he breaks through the walls, but if you remember back in the day at Tunnel 15 with Super Bowlers, a lot of times you wanted to just use the jump and keep the Super Bowlers in one compartment at a time so they could benefit from the rage that was in that only one compartment. Awesome hit to Koopo. Really fun watching these Super Witch attacks. Here we have Dennis with a Warden Rocket Loon attack. He's got 2 ice golems. I really like the use of ice golems. Sends in 2 rocket loons right away. Takes out those mortars to protect his flame flinger. Get as much value with the flame flinger as possible. Warden down here at 6. Invises up the defenses. Direct targets this monolith. And now he's able to take out both fire spitters and the enemy clan castle. That is a lot of value. Fire spitters, one of the most dangerous, most deadly defenses in the game. As I always say, it can take apart your healers, and once your healers are gone, your raid's pretty much over with. Warden working to the right. This is a symmetrical base, so it doesn't matter whether the Warden works to the right or to the left. He'll just deploy his BK and AQ from the opposite side. And notice this base has these nice channels that go right up the side, both on the left and the right of the town hall. So all he's going to need is a couple of wall breakers, and the entire section is going to be open for his BK and AQ. Also, notice the projectile from the Sneezy, how beneficial a projectile can be when you don't have to worry about pulling the enemy clan castle. One pulls the poison tower to the left, and the other one pulls the poison tower to the right. A little bit in front of the Warden, but that's okay. It's better to deal with it now before he steps up into the enemy royal champion. Puts down a rage just to help heal up his Warden. He's got a lot of defenses he's encountering. Got 2 expos, about to be a royal champion. Drops 2 ice golems at the same time over on the left. A lot of times, basically every time, you want to stagger your ice golems. You want to drop them one at a time. And the point of that is because there's so many multi-targeting defenses that if you drop both ice golems at the same time, they're both getting hit by the same defenses. They're both lowering their health, and a lot of times they will pop at the same time, and you'll only get the freeze effect duration for that of one ice golem instead of 2. So definitely stagger your ice golems when you're using ice golems, more than 1. So now, just working through the base. Base is absolutely crushed. AQ ability, got the Giant Giant. Giant Giant's going to distract the remaining defenses. Drops in some Rocket Loons to direct target this Town Hall. Swag RC. Swag 2 spell space. Swag a few troops. Awesome hit to Dennis. Really great base recognition on that one. Here we have Hagar, and he's going in with a dragon attack. And he likes to do the rocket spear from the edge. He runs the Phoenix on the RC, and he's trying to take out this Rage Tower compartment. And once the rocket spear ability wears off, RC pushes into the base, and then you just drop an invisibility spell every 4 seconds. Max duration of an invisibility spell is 4.25 seconds, so you just create a little bit of an overlap as to try not to pull enemy CC or let the Town Hall Giga Inferno get a shot off. So he's pushing through the base, creating pathing for his drags, and this way of doing a spear charge is the least risky way to do an RC walk. And I shouldn't call it a spear charge because there is no Spirit Fox. So you just send in the RC, let the RC die, let the RC get revived by the Phoenix, try to take out as many defenses as you can, and then send in your drags. I believe that you can get more value if you use the Spirit Fox and alternate between the Spirit Fox and the invisibility spells, but it does come with more risk. You can go into a giant bomb farm, your Spirit Fox can die right away, but you only need to get 2 cycles with your Spirit Fox that can be done on the outside edge, and you've already got the same value of the 8 seconds of the Phoenix. And another very important point is when you have the Spirit Fox on your RC, it frees up space for your Phoenix to go on to your Minion Prince. And the Phoenix on a Minion Prince is absolutely OP in a dragon attack. A lot of times the MP pushes out just a little bit ahead of the drags, like he is in this attack. And a lot of times he encounters the enemy heroes. And when he encounters enemy heroes, he oftentimes dies, then can use the Phoenix to come back to life for 8 seconds, finish off the heroes for the drags, and it's a really solid way to get a lot of value in the air with this dragon attack. This attack, using the Rocket Spear, I would say a lot of base recognition, so it's really nice to get as much value as you can with the Rocket Spear early. So awesome job to Hagar for recognizing this base. And you can see this base is absolutely wrecked. He's got P.E.K.K.A.s still walking around the outside. He's got the Warden, AQ still healthy. 3 heroes up. Yeah, absolutely wrecked. Awesome hit to Hagar. Also, this is C1 CWL. Great hit. Alright, so here we have Liam Exotic, and he's doing a Yeti clone blimp dragon attack. Yeti clone blimp might perhaps just be the most safe of the dragon attacks. Just giant arrow, aim for an air sweeper or a few air defenses, clump up your dragons to the side of the AQ, baby drag on the opposing side of the AQ, Warden Eternal Tome, catch the blimp, send blimp towards the Town Hall, clone next to the Town Hall, rage, get as much value as you can with the Yetis and the Yeti Mites. However, his AQ on the outside edge went down right away to this ricochet cannon. So that's something that you can plan when you look at a base in war. You can just swap out 1 dragon for an ice golem, and then when you use your AQ, make sure to drop that ice golem next to where the ricochet cannon is, and it will freeze up the ricochet cannon, and your AQ will stay alive and be able to wrap around the outside of the base a lot easier. Freezes up this Minion Prince. Nice to get a Minion Prince out of the road. RC Rocket Spear outranging these defenses. A great example of how when you don't have electric boots, that skeleton spells can be problematic to an RC. RC comes in, or the healers come over, start healing up the RC. All the defense is distracted. Base is absolutely wrecked. AQ went down early, base still absolutely wrecked. Just goes to show how strong Yeti Clone Blimp is at Town Hall 17. Here we have Boomer coming in with the exact same attack. takes out an air sweeper and a defense, or air defense, at the right hand side. AQ is going to walk down this channel from 9 to 6. Eternal Tomes the Blimp and the Dragons. Rage into the core, clones into the core. He's going to take out this entire core with the Yetis and Yeti Mites, create 2 narrow channels, one on the left and one on the right of where the Town Hall is. So now his AQ and Drags can combine together and overwhelm these defenses. It's always nice to create narrow channels so your troops are not spaced out. Uses the Dark Orb to freeze up these defenses for the AQ. Minion Prince steps over, reaches over the wall. Be nice for him to get this multi-target Inferno Tower. Notice the Phoenix. Phoenix on Minion Prince is absolutely OP. Keeps the Minion Prince alive. Minion Prince also distracting for the RC. RC at the right side takes out the multi-gear tower. Scattershot. Phoenix still also distracting. Awesome hit to Boomer. And if you're looking for a quick, safe strat to learn for CWL, this is the strat to learn for this season. It'll be interesting to see how the new rework of the Eternal Tome goes, but there'll still be a way to make use of Yetis, clones, and blimps. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.